Hello, everybody.
You're gonna die.
And welcome to tonight's episode of Indoor Adventures, The Four Keeps. We are currently going into Fallout Part 9. Today is June 3rd, 2019, and you are loved. And also, because it is Pride Month, I want to let everybody know that I am proud of you. I'm proud of you for the choices that you make in regards to your own person, and I hope that you continue making those right choices because nobody can tell you who you are but yourself. So, please remember that. It is important. Other things that we have to remember are that we stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. We have a variety of games, modules, and homebrew content that we like to provide for you guys. So come check it out. And if you are interested in supporting us at all, you can go to patreon.com/indooradventures to join us there. Or if you are interested, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel and then join us on Discord through that. But I've decided to just leave the Discord open for people. So if you are just interested at all, there are ways. Other things to keep in your mind's eye. Guys, did you know? We got merch. We have the wonderful Indoor Adventures Bigger Battler mug. We have the Dragons We're the Friends that we made along the way. And starting today, we have new merch in the store. That's right. You've seen us plug the Moon Maiden stuff. You've seen us plug the Indoor Adventure stuff. But now we have merch for the Stompfoot and Goreblast Gymnasium. We have pullover hoodies. We got mugs. We have t-shirts that look super cool. I'm really excited to see mine come in the mail. So if you want to support us, there are ways. With that in mind, guys, who are we playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ and I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkite Cleric.
Hi, I'm LB and I'll be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian. Just a PSA, if you guys see me looking off to my left, your right, I am making sure that the kittens are not falling off the bed.
Good. I am Cyber. I'm playing Arjan, the Dragonborn Blood Hunter.
And I'm Wings, and I'm playing Coriander, the Eldrin Paladin.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I shall be your Dungeon Master for the evening. So, last we left off, you guys had successfully completed all of the potion creation that you needed to do in order to actually launch Dragon's Drafts off the ground. You then decided that you were going to go and speak with Tifa about some missing alcohol, only to find out that the alcohol was no longer there. You guys then parted ways, Arjan, you going back to Dragon's Drafts to meet up with Caelum, and Gwen, you decided that you were going to go and find a new bar, a bar that wasn't Grey Boars, and maybe you could just have some alone time and get tanked without worrying about your party finding you and bothering you during this period. Coriander feeling much guilt over the fact that she drank some of the last of Gwen's booze when Gwen wasn't even able to get a sip, decided that she was going to go off and find a replacement brew, which she did in the form of a troll skull that had a kind of spirits inside of it that was called the Degenerative Regenerate, or the Regenerative Degenerate. That one. Gwen, you went to a bar that was populated by the majority of people from the Keshan Trade Company called the Briny Ore. And once inside, you were noticed as one of the individuals that was ruining things for a hobgoblin named Korg in the sewers beneath Arask. You were then beaten unconscious, and the majority of your things taken from you, most importantly of all, your runtax. Then, you were found by Coriander in an alleyway where you had been taken out with trash and other refuse, and the lot of you stormed back to Dragon's Drafts, where you then reconvened and decided these Keshan motherfuckers gotta die. So you took your weapons, packed your dog, and made your way over to the Briny Ore, where once inside, The doors locked behind you after Summer Cori decided that she was going to use Zone of Truth, aka her fisticuffs, to try and get the information from the bartender. However, that is where we are going to be picking off. So, Caelum, I believe that you had a split-second decision that you would like to do in this time.
Yeah. He's gonna use his Blessing of the Raven Queen to teleport in the corner with the most bodies in it, and then do a supercharged upheaval.
Okay, so there are 6 figures in the room that all stood up with their weapons drawn. Cori, you are over next to the barkeep. This bar is large enough that how big is the AoE on this upheaval?
It is 15 feet radii.
Okay, so Cori wouldn't get hit. So you're going to be getting 5 of the 8 individuals that were in the bar. And looking up in the rafters, you can see that there are about 8 of these small goblins as well that are all just perched, kind of looking down.
You stop that. DC save 13.
3 of them make it. So roll for damage.
Hold on, sorry. I need to get a dice calculator. Too many dice. At this level, it's 4d8? Yes. No. So it's
4d8 or 4t8?
4d8. And no, it's so at first level it's 2d8, second level 3d8, third level it's 5d8.
Okay.
Sorry, I hate math. Oh, 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And then they take half on a success?
Yes.
Okay.
And they are not pushed 5 feet away from me.
All
Or
right.
10 feet away.
So, the rest of you see, Caelum quickly teleports over to this corner, takes on his Raven's regalia. And then you see him extend his staff out, raise his shield up, much in the same way that he usually does for his spellcasting focus. And you watch as the ground breaks out from underneath these figures, and some of them just immediately, as they fall over, you can see that their neck, like 3 of them do the Hilary Swank thing at the end of $1 Million Baby, where they just all land on a bar stool that is just propped up on its side, and are just immediately taken out of it. And you watch as other figures as well, these goblins begin to kind of shake in the rafters. But then the 3 of you, as well as the remainder of creatures in this bar, see the lights begin to dim. And a kind of dwelling of energy seems to come up Caelum from where the Raven Regalia is. And you watch as it then sinks into the ground and begins to spread out around you. And it seems to spread out to anybody that is within a 30-foot radius. And you watch as from the shadows, these figures dressed in the same kind of armor that Caelum has just merge out of the shadows, and each of them pulls out a knife. And you see that on the mask of these figures, they have a wide smile on them as these raven-like figures begin to stab and maim all of the remaining, all of the creatures within this bar. Cori, you are going to be taking 14 points of necrotic damage as you are within this area. A raven-like figure, laughing, appears behind you and just shanks you right in the side. And as all of these figures begin to laugh, it fills it's almost cacophonous inside of this tavern. As you watch these goblins, now fearing for their lives, try and bring their hands up, immediately get stabbed by these raven figures that just appeared above them. And the laughter gets to the point where it almost sounds like it's not coming from any one particular direction. And you watch as one by one, these 14 figures that had each appeared behind one of the enemies that you had previously thought just disappears into a burst of raven feathers, and those feathers fall onto the ground, and then that energy goes right back to Caelum. And you watch as he takes on this blackness into himself, that his head kind of tilts forward a little bit, and you hear what sounds like a cracking. And on Caelum's mask, this otherwise perfect porcelain mask, you see a hairline fracture that extends from the right side on the lower portion of the mask over to the left, and pieces begin to fall off of the mask, forming a very, very jagged smile.
And you hear Caelum just go,
Both of you, what the fuck?
that's a
Caelum,
Knights in a Courtyard moment.
Caelum,
Hey.
you have gained the flaw. The more serious a thing is, the funnier you find it.
Like forever?
He has gained the flaw.
JD. Honey.
So, yeah, Gwen, Cori, and Arjan, you watch as this bar that was full of these goblinoids, each very meticulously, very quickly, all meet their end except for 3 that seem to be a little bit tougher. The orc behind the bar that Cori was currently in fisticuffs with, as well as one of the doormen. And you see that there was just another figure who was outside of all of this that is currently hands up against the wall of the bar. And you were just watching Caelum laugh.
We're gonna deal with that later. We're gonna live in the moment, cause it's Gwen, and Gwen's just gonna walk up to. Okay, don't do that thing. She's gonna walk up to the bar, hop on a stool, hop on the bar, and say to the bartender, "All right, where's the fucking hobgoblin who rallied the troops against me?"
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Would it be an advantage? I don't.
Yeah.
That's a little scary. The things that just happened.
I'll assist on that. I've got
Oh,
you
yeah.
by the collar.
Oh yeah. Oh, intimidation. That's a 22.
And the barkeep just looks at the two of you, looks over at Caelum, and just says,
They went to the warehouse. They were told by the dragon that everybody has to leave tomorrow. You're pissed about it, but... Look, I just work here. They frequented my bar.
Let me just say,
What the fuck?
I didn't do shit. Okay, I didn't do shit to them. I didn't do shit to you.
No, you didn't.
I proved my point. All right.
Yes, you did.
Where the fuck are they?
All of you can drink here for free.
Yeah, I don't.
That's fine.
Don't tell me that. But I'm in the moment. Where is this fucking place that they are? And where did they take my stuff?
They took your stuff. They probably took it with them.
Where's the warehouse?
and he lets you know that the warehouse is maybe about 15-20 minutes away from where you guys are, walking distance. It's placed up right nearish the dock, as that is where they do the majority of their trading out of, or at least would come restock supplies or put other things in the general warehouse that you guys had actually been to previously.
Was anything broken in the bar?
Oh yeah. From the upheaval spell that Caelum cast, there are several missing. There are several broken chairs. There are a few broken tables. Mugs are kind of like on the floor and dented, as well as this bar is full of bodies.
Fair enough. And then she's just gonna say, "That should teach you. Know who you're fucking with before you fuck with them, okay?"
I was just following orders. That's how it works.
Not anymore. She'll like hop down, give him the eyes, and then she'll place 4 gold, because that's all she has, on the table and say, "For the mess." And then, gang! She starts walking out.
Are like people are dead, huh?
There are about 14 corpses around you guys.
Whew. Okay, and is Caelum just still being spooky in the corner over there? Or?
Has it been 6 seconds?
Yeah, his armor then dissipates and he still has that grin on his face. And
I said, let's go!
All right, we're going, Caelum. Caelum.
Yeah, let's go.
and you just hear the one bugbear that was on the outside of all of this just Brujak, 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 just saying that, looking at Caelum as you guys walk out.
Gwen's gonna keep the like strong stoic face until like the door closes behind them. They get down the street a little bit, turn the corner, and she goes, "Okay, Caelum, what the fuck was that? That was 1, I'm upset. 2, that was amazing."
I don't know. I just I did what I wasn't supposed to do, and I like made the spell more powerful, and well, that happened.
And you're amused by this?
I should be horrified, really, but it's just roses and sugarcane, you know?
No. No, I don't.
Just me then. Okay.
I know, I was against you doing stuff, but after the first one, it's all been uphill from here, you guys. I don't know if it's all that bad.
I think this has the potential to be very, very bad.
Did you see what he did?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
I also kind of stabbed Coriander. Hold on. And he taps her on the shoulder and casts Cure Wounds.
And
Oh, shit.
And Caelum, you would know that this is more of like a nervous laughter kind of thing. This isn't necessarily like you inherently now find serious situations funny, but you just can't help but laugh at them.
Yeah.
Like you can still be horrified at the general situation of what just unfolded should you so choose.
That's a D20, not a
Terror is a free action.
D8. Is pooping my pants a free action?
Yeah. I'll give it to you as a bonus.
Oh, cool. But that competes with Blessing of the Raven. 10 points of...
How about a reaction?
Reaction's good.
To the warehouse.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go to the warehouse.
We
All right.
make our way to the warehouse.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, so without really much issue, you guys are able to find your way to the warehouse. And when you get there, you can see that there are what looks to be kind of moving in and out of this warehouse. Several ogres, half ogres, you see a couple orcs, and they all just seem to kind of be moving boxes, trying to get them out of the warehouse, moving them more towards the dock.
All right. So what's the plan?
On the way over to the warehouse. I'm sorry, the moment's kind of passed. I wanted to divine sense Caelum real quick.
Sure.
I just wanna make sure.
He has no external influence.
No external influence. Cool. Great. So that's just all him. Good.
All right. So now that I've calmed down a little bit and murder has been done, what are we gonna do? Because we're definitely gotta get my stuff back.
Yeah, we definitely have to get your stuff back. How about we don't do whatever that was again?
Why not? It worked so well.
I can only do it once per long rest.
For what?
What?
Like
God.
for napping?
Arjan, your
Yeah.
nose bleeds an awful lot.
Caelum pulls
It's
out a
gotta be
handkerchief.
something with the island. It's almost like we've been here for like 6 months.
It's probably all the flowers.
It's the pollen.
Probably.
All right. So
He's allergic to meta.
all right. So how many people do we see walking around?
You see that the majority of people are leaving at this point, but kind of getting an eye for a quick peek in. Make a perception check.
But my dear.
Do you see anyone you recognize, Gwen?
Let me see.
13.
16.
Okay, so with the
Set a number for reasons.
with a 13 and the 16, looking in, you guys would see that there are 3 bugbears that are still helping move things around, and there seems to be a slightly larger one wearing a very familiar looking axe across his back that is currently pointing at the other 3, giving them orders. And then you see him also yelling into a corner where it looks like there is a handful of goblins that are all also trying to get rigging so that way they can move boxes from the top rails of this warehouse to the bottom. As again, they are just trying to move as much freight out as they possibly can. And who rolled the 16? Gwen? So you see standing up on the back railing as well is the red-nosed figure of the hobgoblin that had started the call to beat you senseless earlier in the day.
All right, guys, that's the motherfucker who beat me up. That's the one who called for it.
Okay.
I say we kill him, leave a message for his crew. You know, like not like leave a note, but like leave a message. You know, like.
Okay, well, before we start with murder, how about we, firmly ask for your stuff back? Demand it back.
He threw me in a sack
Right?
in the garbage.
Right? I'm just saying.
Garbage.
I'm just saying we don't immediately snipe him.
We
What-
get post up
wait.
on the roof over there, Blake and I.
Arjan.
Tarzan, sorry.
I'm saying when he refuses to give your stuff back, then we kill him.
What's the point in that?
I don't know, some weird, distorted version of morality is what I'm going for.
I'm going to put it this way. I have 2 choices. We can drag him in, and I can cast Zone of Truth. Or I can use the power that would have been used for Zone of Truth to hit him really, really, really hard.
I hit him really, really hard. I don't expect him to tell the truth, and I don't expect him to willingly give your stuff back. I'm just saying give him the chance.
I'm not one to worry about repercussions of the things that I do, but
Same.
are we gonna have to leave tonight?
Probably.
On the
Which
other
makes-
hand, we have just spent what felt like about 6 months getting this shop set up. It'd be very nice for us not to be in trouble with the law here.
Yeah, but if they're leaving tonight, I mean, what are we gonna do? I cannot, as a member of the Tread Thunder clan, let this pass.
We're not going to let it pass.
Of course not. We have to get your axe back as well.
Listen, I just want to do this in a way where Rast doesn't immediately kill all of us or just throw us off the island. That would be really bad for you, Cori.
I mean, it would be really inconvenient for me.
No, I mean, if you got thrown off the island.
Oh,
Right,
yes.
water. Ugh.
Oh, yes, that. I forget about it sometimes.
Right. So, Cori and I will go up. We'll say, hey, look, you should just give me my stuff back. I know it's a misunderstanding. Lie. And then when he says, no, fuck you, I'm going to take your stuff. I'm going to say, all right, bitches, bring the fire.
Or you could just hit him, and that'll be the signal for us to fire on him. By the way, he's probably going to know about what happens in the bar, so he might not be very talkative.
I mean, just threaten him. We're going to kill you if you don't give your stuff back.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Is there an easy way to get to this guy?
Yeah, there is a big open door currently on the warehouse that people are moving freight through.
And he's just sort of surrounded by various...
The hobgoblin, so looking inside, it is a 2-tiered building. There seems to be a kind of there are what is the phrase? There's grating up top that you can kind of walk up along.
Catwalk?
Catwalks.
Scaffolding.
That one.
Scaffolding?
Yes. It would be
Yeah.
more of like a
Catwalk. Catwalk, because
and-
scaffolding is temporary.
Yes. So the catwalks that are up above, you see that there is the red-skinned hobgoblin that is currently just overseeing the work below, and then you see on the ground level where you guys are, that is where the bugbear wearing the runt axe and the 3 other bugbears are, as well as all of the other creatures.
Oh, he's got the axe. We can see where the axe is.
Yes. He's
We don't
just
even
clearly
need
wearing
we
it
don't
on
even
his
need
back.
this information then.
No.
We
And
can just
Gwen, you have felt your strength slipping away over the last several hours. You know that if you tried to lift anything, that it wouldn't give you the same bonus as before.
Yeah. Hey, Cori,
Hmm.
can you get me up there?
Yes, but I'm going to have to change forms and that will take about half an hour.
So long.
Listen,
Yes.
I'm not exactly in the right frame of mind to be saying this, but we could stand to think about what we do before we do it every now and then.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, so about half an hour is probably going to be just about enough time for us to plan out exactly what we're going to do.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's just like sincerely like, look, I appreciate what you're saying, but like I physically cannot handle doing
All
that.
right, that's fine.
Plus,
not a big-
fire Corey's fun Corey.
Yes, I know.
I mean, not that other Corey isn't fun Corey, but like,
It's all me.
well, okay, Corey, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right. I'm mad at you. Shit. She's more excited about killing than she is about being mad at you. All right. So,
You've had a week to forget how mad you are at me.
do we know what his name is?
Which one?
The bugbear duder.
Bugbear or
The
hobgoblin?
red nose. The
Red nose.
hobgoblin. Sorry.
You know. He introduced himself as Korg.
Cord?
Korg,
Korg.
with the G
Korg.
ending.
Like corgi without the I.
Yeah.
I see.
All right. Gwen is going to. Should we draw him out or should we get to him?
You should get to him.
Caelum and I can get to him easy. You know what? I'll bring him to you.
I had a movie reference I wanted to make.
What?
What? Okay. What are you gonna do? What are you
Show
gonna do,
him off
Corey?
the catwalk.
Ooh, yeah, okay, let's do that.
I thought he was same level as us.
No. Korg is
He's
not. The bugbear with the axe on his back is.
All right, I'll go for the axe first.
You go get your axe back.
Yeah.
I'll bring Cork down to our level. And then we just wing it from there.
All right, but first we're gonna talk to them.
Sure.
All right. She like cracks her neck and stretches a little bit. She's gonna look around. Are there any glass bottles around?
Make a perception check.
I don't like it, but this is going.
It's a 2.
You do not find any empty glass bottles.
Shit.
You know that you have that you had a glass bottle in your pack that was Champion's mead, but that is also currently missing with the rest of your things.
Fuck. Does anyone have a glass? I need 3. I need 3 glass bottles, or vials, or something. Something that fits over my fingers.
Oh, I get it.
Do you have any empty vials, Arjan?
No, I
Fuck.
don't.
All right, we're winging it.
Just slam your axes together.
What'd you just say to me?
Slam your axes together?
What axes, Caelum?
Oh, right.
All of her weapons got taken. She just has a
dare
long
you?
sword.
You want a dagger?
No, fuck you. Okay. And that's what they hear.
You have my
Gwen
sword.
starts
Remember,
walking-
you have
yeah,
my
yeah.
sword.
Gwen
I gave you my
starts
sword.
Oh, I
Gwen
have a.
starts walking into the facility.
Okay.
Hopefully, Cori.
Do I still have a javelin? I
I
think
have
I
a
still
javelin
have
as
a javelin left.
Do you want one of mine?
I have 2.
Yeah, Gwen's just gonna nonchalantly walk in. Hopefully Cori's behind her.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Backing you up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the bruiser in this situation. And you get to be the face. How about that?
This is
Is
gonna
there-
be great.
Is there any spot where Arjan and Caelum can duck behind?
Yeah, I mean, there are like freight shelves along the side, along the internal siding of this warehouse.
Places where we would still be able to be close to, or if we needed to, we would be able to get close to them. Like say about 60 feet away.
Yeah, they could be about 60 feet away. You guys wouldn't get direct line of sight on them, kind of moving in between these shelves, but you would still be able to maintain the distance.
That's cool.
Before we go in, Cori's gonna psych herself up a little bit and basically do that Super Saiyan thing where like you like your eyes flare a little bit and then like rocks start floating for a second and then drop. You know, she's just trying to look scary.
Cool.
No mechanical effect.
Okay.
Korg! And as Gwen walks in, she just, Korg! I
And
think we got off on the wrong foot.
okay. He does not seem to even notice that you guys have walked in. There are so many different people that are wandering in and out. He just is kind of like looking over, pointing.
Sweet.
But one of his lackeys on the top rung actually knocks aside and points down, and he looks over.
Oh, hi!
Hello? Can I help you?
Does he look like he remembers me at all?
If he does, he's not belaying it.
Cool. Hey, dude, I know we had a little misunderstanding earlier, and she like looks at, well, she can't look back at Blake, she can't see him. I just need my stuff back, dude.
What do you mean? It's ours now.
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna fly. I don't think you know who I am, do you?
Gwen
Because,
Stompfoot of the Four Keeps.
yeah, beyond that, though. Like, because, you know, I'm...
6th place in the Iron Crin competition.
Oh, yeah. Did you take my fucking keychain? That was stupid. Anyways, so I'm just gonna need my shit back. I really don't want to have to bring this place down like we brought down the whole pub, but it's a thing.
He tilts his head.
Oh, you didn't hear? Oh, yeah, no, that place is pretty much decimated at this point.
Which
Sorry.
place?
I don't remember what it's called.
The briny ore.
Oh, the Briny Ore, that shit show? Yeah, I mean, the bartender's still alive, and the doorman. So there's that.
And he just folds his arms, looks down, and then you hear him start barking out in his goblinoid language, and you see others behind him. One of them, one of these small goblins, just begins to run off in the direction he seems to be trying to verify your account.
Cool.
And he looks and just says,
You come into this warehouse with 4 and a wolf?
He can't see the other two. They're hiding
Oh,
somewhere.
with 2 and a wolf and threaten me with death.
Yep.
and he just starts laughing, most certainly directly at you. And as he laughs, the rest of these goblinoids also begin to laugh.
All right, that's my cue. I'm gonna
Yes, it
face step up
is.
there.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this shit.
All right.
Gwen is gonna
I'd
go
like
for
for
her
everybody
axe
to
first.
roll for initiative.
So Arjan, how's your day going?
Well, I just rolled a 2, so that tells you how.
I rolled
Oh.
one.
I too rolled a 2.
Great,
Mine's
great,
a 5.
good. I'm glad. No, I'm glad that this is happening. This is fine.
We'll lull them into a self sense of security.
Oh wait, shit. Caelum, you healed me earlier.
Yeah, 10
Yes.
points.
For how much? 2 points?
10.
10 points. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I did not record that at all because I was too busy having my own nervous laughing fit.
All right. So, sorry. What
it's
did
fine.
everyone get? What did everyone get? So 1 for Caelum.
2.
Gwen got a 2. Cori, what'd you get?
16.
Okay.
Take it all out. Just take it all
Arjan?
out.
5.
Oh boy. Okay. So, looking good.
Oh, there was a false sense of security.
All right.
It's fine.
Also,
Fine.
Jason
It's
holding, Jones holding action. Thank you for the follow.
Can I have a surprise round?
I'll say yes because you popped up right on him and started wailing.
Yay!
Surprise round, please.
Does he get a thing from the face step?
I believe he takes
He does.
fire damage, correct?
He takes fire damage, that's right. I'm looking it up right now. Sorry.
Okay.
Bonus action, face step, summer form, fire damage equal to my charisma modifier. Yeah, and he doesn't even get a save for that.
Okay.
God,
It would be great if he wasn't a hobgoblin.
Summer form is easily the most like overpowered form I have. Three fire damage.
Okay. So he takes 3 fire.
And I have a question. Shove and replace one of your multi attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay. He might be dead before he hits the ground. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'll attack him and see if I can get a smite off on him. And since he's surprised, that's with advantage, yes?
Yes. I'll say yes. Because he wasn't expecting you to teleport from the ground up top and just start wailing on him.
Gwen is
Okay.
not above letting her friends kill her prey.
I mean, I'll help you out,
Look,
man. 25.
Goliath's hunt is a pack, clearly. 25 will hit.
Okay. Here comes slashing damage. That's going to be 13 slashing damage, and then it's been so long. I'll pop off a. How many hit points do the hobgoblin have? Meta knowledge. No, forget that. He's getting my biggest smite. I don't care. I don't care. Yes. All right. And so here comes smite damage.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's divine smite.
13, 18 smite damage.
Okay.
That's radiant. And if he's still alive, I'm gonna push him.
He is most certainly alive.
I'm gonna push him.
Okay. Yeah, so it is your strength versus his strength / athletics.
Yes. And I don't think that the first attack is okay. Nice.
You got a 21.
I got a 24, bitch.
Okay. So yeah, you go to push him and you're pushing him over the scaffolding.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so he falls 20 feet and hits the ground with a very metallic thud as he takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage. So that is
End turn.
good.
Wait, actually, hold the phone. Surprise round, you're supposed to only get an action, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, we just ruled that completely wrong.
That's I'm okay with it. I always have the way that I personally like to do surprise rounds is that you do your full round. Like you just go and then the initiative kicks up again because like
Okay.
it makes
I'm
sense
cool
to
with
me.
that. I mean, that's the way I would have done it. Exactly the way I would have done it, which is to say, complete with the remembering of how surprise rounds are supposed to be done and going, oops.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So Cori, that was your turn, and Korg has fallen from the second story catwalk down onto the ground. One of the creatures that has been pushing boxes is going to look over and see that you have just teleported up, shoved his boss down off of the scaffolding, and this creature is actually going to run over to you, Cori, as they were also on the second floor with you.
Come get me.
And you've seen an ogre before.
Oh shit.
But this is like a more sophisticated ogre. He's wearing pants. He has a nice reddish half vest on. He definitely looks more humanoid than having the typical kind of more slack-jawed look that ogres get. It looks like he most certainly has ogre in his veins, though. So, then he is going to strike out against you with a great axe.
Come and get me.
He is not going to be able to hit, as that is going to be a 14 to hit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So he does not do the thing. Next up is Korg. And he...
No multi-attack on him? No multi-attack
he does not have a multi-attack.
Okay. All right.
And Korg puts his hand on the ground and just stands up, just... and looks at you, Gwen. And he is going to start barking out to anyone else that is within this warehouse. And he motions with 2 fingers towards you. And then he is going to pull out his longsword and is going to rush up and begin attacking you. So, that is going to be... He's going to get some attacks. So, does a 22 hit?
No.
I
Yes,
don't
it does.
believe
First, I have a
you.
13 AC without all my shit.
Okay. So, he is going to get...
I mean, I have a 14 AC with my shit, so let's be honest.
He is going to get 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Then his second attack is a natural 1. So as he goes to swing down against you a second time, you just kind of dodge out of the way very nimbly. For how small you are, it doesn't seem like he's used to fighting against as small an opponent as you.
Mm-hmm.
And then for his third attack, that is going to be a 14.
That hits.
Okay, so he is going to then roll for... a total of 27 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I would like to rage now, please.
Okay.
It's not my turn.
No, it is not. And you see that he actually... he doesn't have a shield on him, but he definitely goes to like grab where his shield was and then realizes it's not on his person.
Did he hit me with the same weapon the last time? Okay.
He hit you 3 times with his longsword.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so...
Well, I mean, the first time he hit me for like 4 damage, and the second time it was 20. So, just checking.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Next up is going to be Cori.
All right. An ogreman, huh?
Yes, an ogreman.
Okay. An ogreman.
And he is up on the top scaffolding with you.
What's his size category?
Large.
All right, I'm going to try and shove him too.
Okay. Sounds good.
How is a 18?
He gets a 19. So you go to shove him and he just catches your hands and just... Truly elf. And just begins trying to push you back.
Ooh, Summer Cori don't like being called puny. She's gonna shove him again.
Okay.
Because now he's offended her. Ooh, not as good. How's about I can do math. 14.
14 beats him. So you shove this guy off. He only got an 11 on his. But yeah, so you managed to push this guy off, and he is going to fall 20 feet as well.
Excellent. So he's like, puny elf. And she's like, ah! Shove.
And
Oh,
just
yeah.
like Link in Twilight Princess with the rams.
Oh, yeah. Got yoinked.
Or even with the Gorons.
So,
That's,
Sumo.
and I think that's Coriander's turn. Unless I have any bonus action spells. I don't. Yeah. Oh, wait, I do. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
Sounds good. So, next up is the 3 bugbears that were on the ground floor that had initially been moving boxes, and seeing that their boss is currently accosting somebody, they are all 3 going to go over towards Gwen and begin accosting her as well. So, Gwen, you currently have 3 bugbears on you, as well as this hobgoblin. So, that is going to be...
Super not gonna be great.
10 doesn't hit you. An 18 does hit you.
Yeah.
And so does a 21.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so...
This is fine.
First attack is going to deal...
Guys, come on.
We're getting there.
For 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Are you still up? How you doing there?
Second one is going to roll for damage.
Fine. It'll be fine. Caelum's gonna go next, and it's gonna be fine.
Does Caelum go before you? Caelum goes before you.
No, after.
Yeah.
After? Goddamn.
Blake goes
For
for me.
21 points of piercing damage.
Ugh.
Good news, I'm just at 0.
Indoor.
Yes.
How far am I away? I can't see this anyway.
Make a stealth check.
18.
I will say that you had creeped up to the edge along these shelving units and can see the things that are currently happening. And you watch as Gwen drops down to 0.
How far am I away?
At this point, you would only be about 30 feet away. Really not that far.
Okay. I'd like to use a reaction.
Okay.
Yes.
So, well, what had happened was, Arjon is seeing all of this happen before him, and just sees everything going really south really quickly. And then I would like to imagine that whenever Goblin hit Gwen with a knife,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that was like a very definitive like anime blow where like the screen turns red and you just see the silhouettes and everything. And Arjon was just like, no. Except you don't hear Arjon's voice. Gwen, will you please make an attack against a goblin that has not gone yet?
All of the ones on her have.
Okay, then just go after the big guy with a +2 to your attack and your damage. Oh no, just your attack roll. Sorry.
It's 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Okay, this is a new weapon. Pause. D8. I'm
Are
not
you wielding it
raging.
two-handed? Because if you are, it's a
I
D10.
am, yeah. You're right.
And Arjon will take 5 points of damage from amplifying that.
Wow. That's a 10 damage.
Do you want to
Okay.
share with us mechanically what this
Yes,
is?
please.
This is the blood curse of the fallen puppet.
Oh.
So Arjon says no, and then Gwen just pops right back up. Is there anything else that it looks like?
So his eyes glow again, giving off Tarlane's like acid green flame. And he just reaches out. You see blood start pouring out of its nose that immediately lights on fire. And Gwen, you just feel this last surge of adrenaline as you make this attack, and then immediately fall unconscious.
It was totes me.
Yep.
Okay. So then next up, you see that the bugbear with the runt axe is going to pull it over his shoulder and just begin making his way over towards the grouping where Gwen is currently on the ground in the middle of all of these others. And as he's making his way, Cori, you see in front of you a door opens up. As there seemed to have been a small room that was off to the side on the second story floor. And as the door opens up, you see what looks to be an orc, but they are much larger than an orc typically is. They aren't large class, but they just seem like they are built far beefier than an orc even usually is. And a thing that you notice is interesting about them is that it is an orcish woman. She has hair that's pulled back with strands of white kind of coming through this dark, greasy black color. And she has an eye patch over her left eye. And you can see that there are kind of claw marks that go down the left side of her face from underneath that look like they were made by humanoid-sized claws, not necessarily by like an animal or anything like that. And around her neck on a necklace is actually an eyeball that rests. And this figure looks at you, looks at what's going on the ground, and just begins calling out in this kind of barking language. And then as she does, Korg looks like Arjan, you see that Korg has this look of just like and he turns and quickly looks up, and this figure kind of motions with her hands. And then all of the bugbear that even had the runt axe up to bring down on the unconscious Gwen stops mid-strike, and she lowers her hand again, and they all sort of go into more of an idle position. And she looks at you, Cori, and says, "What is it you want? Why are you here? We're not with this city, we're leaving."
Yes, well, my friend was attacked, and we're just here to get her things back, and sent a message.
"What's your message? You die easy?" She looks down towards Gwen.
We aren't finished yet.
Your friend could be if you play your cards wrong.
Arjan and Caelum have not acted yet, right?
No. And as this figure is saying these words, you see about 10 goblins, these small little orange-skinned creatures and green-skinned creatures kind of climbing over rafters that seem to just be hanging up above in this warehouse. "I am the God's Eye. I am the trade lord here on Arask, or I was. But by Dragon's command, we must leave. We
Then
attacked
leave.
you. We were
But give
trying
us us.
to leave. But you say that we attacked you.
Yes.
Who?" And
Korg's just
as
gonna
she
pull-
says who, Korg turns up and around and says,
Sure, we do not need to listen to these outsiders. They've clearly come in and tried to kick us while we are down. Magubliet does not stand for this.
and she looks and says, "When we made this company, we vowed to leave the gods out of this and let coin do the talking for us." And Korg just has this very stern look back up on this creature, and on Shua, as her name has been declared. And she looks over at you, Cori, and says, "What did they take? Your friend? The one that they took things from, is that her?"
Yes. They took her axe and everything that she had on her.
Do you know the specifics of what she had on her? The axe. You said, is that one down there?
Yes.
Skizbat. And the bugbear looks up at her and just... Give it to them. And the bugbear just looks very just... kind of motions towards Korg, and Korg just...
Do what she says.
Skrizbat just looks a little sad as he throws the axe down. And she says, there. Is there need for more of your own bloodshed? If you
No.
wish to keep fighting, we can continue to fight. Grumsh is on my side. And as she says that, the eye that hangs around her neck begins to glow with this dull red energy.
Can I divine sense her?
Yeah.
All right. Fey Fiend, Undead,
Nope.
nothing?
Nope.
Celestial?
No.
Okay. Keep fishing.
Take your
Coriander
friend
will-
and go. Seems I have words with my captain. She looks down at Korg.
All right. Cori will hop down.
Okay.
And she'll pick up Gwen and the axe.
And Korg is just looking at you, his eyes glowering, and the other goblinoid figures as well all just seem to be looking just very, very heatedly at the two of you.
I'm gonna lay on hands Gwen
Okay.
and rouse her.
Gwen would like to rage.
Great.
Okay.
Ah!
Alrighty. So, Gwen, you are aroused. So you rage, and then do you have any actions that you want to do? You have your axe fresh in your hands, but it seems like everybody else has weapons down. Cori is over you, and there is a old-looking, kind of orcish woman standing on the catwalks above, and she seems to be looking down upon the rest of them. And this half ogre is steadily getting up in the background, just
Elf not so puny.
What the fuck is happening?
We have an agreement. What else did they take from you?
Do you want me to make a fucking list?
I mean, we're kind of in a situation here. If there's nothing else that's super important to you, then
I
We can
had
just-
so much stuff that they took, Cori. I don't know if you understand. I had my ornate dagger. I had my lavender soap. I had my javelins. I had my hand axes.
all right.
I mean, there was a lot of
Coriander's gonna
my
lift Gwen.
chain shirt.
Coriander's gonna lift Gwen. They took a lot of shit. Like,
And it hurt. They dishonored my pride. I mean, like, they said that I was with these people that I don't even fucking know. Who are
Yeah.
you? I'm
Yeah,
Gwen.
yeah.
Who are you?
Coriander literally lifts Gwen like Simba.
like a megaphone, yeah.
Yeah, like in The Lion King. And she's all like, they took a bunch of shit. Like, we have to recoup at least some of that.
Can Gwen recognize this person as like a spiritual leader from her time in tribage?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. Except for I have a -1, so 12.
Okay. Yeah, she does seem like she has, in the same way that she's wearing this eyeball around her neck, you have seen other clerics wear holy symbols.
Yeah. She's gonna lean down to Cori. What's her name?
Oh, it's like Shua or something. Did I get
Shua?
that right?
She nods.
I started to write it down. I forgot. Okay.
I am Gwen of the Tread Thunder clan of the Goliaths of the Northern Tribes. I was in the bar that these gentlemen were
I don't
frequenting.
care.
Oh. Why?
You said that we took your honor from you by beating you.
Yeah. Okay, it's not by beating me. If you beat me in a fight, that's fine. It's they all beat me. They did not ask me any questions. They did not see if their story that they had heard was the truth. They accosted me with no truth.
And you still lost. That is the order of things.
Yes.
It wasn't like it was an honorable duel or anything. They kicked her ass in a bar.
All of them. There were at least 20 people, okay? I mean, I can hold my own at probably 5 at tops. I'm not going to oversell myself here.
Maybe your people fight one-on-one. But here, the Keshin, we fight together. If you wrong one of us, you wrong us all. We will come at you.
Well,
But I
same
have
at you,
not.
bitch.
Well, okay, Cori, hold on.
And as you say that, Cori, this figure you see kind of smirks, and then she grasps the eyeball that she wears around her neck, and you see that clouds are beginning to form in the warehouse above you. And she says, hand axes, chain shirt, javelin. You seem like an adventurer. Fix them up with a pack. She just kind of calls down to some of the other goblinoid, smaller goblins, and they just nod and begin scurrying off. And she says, we don't trade in lavender soap, so I don't know what to tell you about getting a replacement.
That was a gift from Santar, but I'll let it slide.
Who?
Who the fuck is Santor?
He's a half man, half horse, magical faby. It's a long story. And she's gonna make eye contact with Korg. It's not Korg, is it?
Korg, with a G.
Korg. Okay. Korg, she's gonna make eye contact with him, and I would like Gwen to memorize his face. Because if she meets him again, oh boy, is she gonna kill him. Not the time.
Okay.
Hey, Cori. And as they're getting separated, she's just gonna lean over to Cori. Hey, Cori.
Hmm?
Can you pump me with a little bit more of that healing juice? Because I feel like I look like shit, and I don't want to look like shit.
Moonen's gonna rub up against Gwen's leg and heal her for... God, I am just dumping dice today.
How much did you... I'm sorry, how much did you give me initially?
I give you 5.
Okay.
Just to get you up.
Yeah.
Add 13 to that.
Yo!
How are you doing? How are you doing as far as your hit points go?
3 plus... I mean, you can do the math.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I've very clearly shown that I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll wait to get Gwen's equipment, and then Gwen will say, as graciously as she can in this moment, thank you, and then fail.
Okay. Yeah, and
Cori mean mugs at all of the people that fought her.
What?
as you're mean mugging, the half ogre actually comes over and says,
You fought very well.
and just kind of like claps you on the back and then continues walking. He doesn't seem to have any ill will.
I think that Cori is still a little bit, like uppity. So like when he claps her on the back, she like puts her fists up like she's thinking that we're gonna fight again, and then he walks away and she's like, oh.
All right, so Caelum and Arjan, what were you guys doing? Because the both of you were like stealthing into the crossways.
I was holding my action to acid breath when everything's got sour, and I guess that didn't happen.
I think at this point they're like Scooby-Doo totem poling around one of the boxes. They're leaving? Okay. Caelum has like this small twitchy like grin as he looks up at Arjan.
Who's still got like dried blood going down his nose.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
What was that?
I don't know.
Your voice went all deep and bassy, like
I don't know. I got really lightheaded for a couple of seconds. I'm not gonna lie.
you need to learn how to breathe.
That's true.
Is this something we need to talk about?
I know. I think we need to talk about what you're going through.
Oh, yeah, that's a bridge. That's several bridges.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, so Gwen, you have been given 2 hand axes, 3 javelins, and an adventurer's pack.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Did I get my dagger back?
No.
My stone drop ale?
Nope.
The soap?
Nope.
Indor, what the fuck?
They didn't know. Felt like they were going to keep it in a pile and be like, this was the halflings thing. So when she inevitably comes
20
back.
minutes ago.
Yeah, well,
It was several hours ago.
Okay.
they've already divvied it up, and
It's fine.
But yeah, you guys then exit the warehouse as business returns as usual on the inside for them.
It's fine. In a few months, we'll be able to destroy the entire cash and trading company.
Yeah, we will.
In game or out of?
Elite.
Both.
My healing potion's gone. My rope is gone. My water skin is gone.
No, you have an adventuring pack. Those are included in an adventuring pack.
My massive engraved mug is gone. My lavender soap's gone. It's fine. LB's not bitter.
you have to pretend like you're fine, but everything's not fine. You can't
Yeah,
even get
right.
into it because you won't even begin to understand.
All right.
Jeez, Mom.
So yeah, you guys meet back out on the street, maybe 200 feet away from the entrance of this warehouse. And Cybra
Okay.
just kind of pads along with you.
Gwen, what do you not have right now?
I don't want to fucking talk about it anymore. Let's go.
Okay. I was gonna give you the funds to get whatever you need.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay.
You gather it's not fine.
I
You're doing the
understand.
girl thing.
I
I
understand.
think we gathered that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Gwen's gonna start walking.
Back to Dragonstraths.
Yeah.
Let's take the long way home just in case anybody decides to follow us.
That is a wonderful thing. Can you get Moon into?
I mean, one of you guys is gonna have to lead me for a while. As Caelum's eyes start going glassy and Moonin goes up. I can see through my familiar's eyes. Remember that?
Yeah, Cori will sighted guide.
Okay.
They like link arms and
And we are going to Dragonstraths via a long way.
Okay. As you guys begin to take your long way, that is actually when you start hearing a shoo, 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 of what sounds like sets of many armored feet that are currently making their way towards you guys.
Oh my god.
And as you
Frightening
are
murderers.
continuing to walk, you actually see what looks to be about 3 small groups of about 12 kobolds apiece, each with spears, shields, wearing bronzed armor. And they all shield up, point their spears out, and say, 4 keeps adventuring party?
Yes.
Is it 3 or 4? There's
4.
a difference. Are you sure?
Yes. You are under arrest for the wanton murder of 14 citizens of Arathsk. We have confirmed with the barkeep, as well as several others that existed inside of the bar at the time of the slaughter. If you would please come with us.
Did you say 4?
14.
Oh.
14.
How many were left alive?
3.
Oh.
Can we get a lawyer?
Do you know one
I
off the top of your head?
No.
Can you contact one from inside of the prison cell?
Can
Probably
we?
not.
Then a lawyer will be provided for you, I am assured.
Fallen.
I imagine that Caelum's eyesight comes back as he drops his link with Moonin, and the first thing he sees is just a very nasty look from Coriander.
Sorry.
And so you guys are then escorted to the Bilgewater holding facility that is located on the northeastern portion of the island, actually close to where you guys had gone to accept your job from Arathsk when you had first gotten here. And then as you are taken along your way, they take all of your weapons, as well as all of your gear.
Just got that back.
And they are going to then escort you into holding cells. And they put each of you one in a, it is one person per cell. And the floor that you have, there is about a, Cori, as you are going in, you realize that the steps down into this holding facility lead into water. As there seems to be about a half foot of water on the base of all of the prison cells.
Like in the water, like there's water on the ground.
Yes.
Like there's a half foot of water. Yeah, Cori stops.
Do you have boots?
Yes, she has. Yes, she has boots. Of course, she has boots. Unless they took her boots.
Did
She just stops. She won't go in. She balks.
And they prod you a little bit and continue onward, prisoner.
I can't go into water.
And they all, the one that's leading you furthest in kind of tilts his head and just, why?
I have a curse. I literally cannot touch water.
We'll take you somewhere else. And about 4 of these kobolds will then take you to a different
I just
location.
accepted that.
split the
This
party?
This water is up to literally my chest.
You're taller than a foot.
I am 3 feet tall. You said it was 1.5 feet.
No, half foot.
Oh God. Okay.
6
I was
inches
like,
of water.
what?
Yeah, and so
Okay,
the
To my knees.
3 of you who are not allergic to water are being forced into individual holding cells. Cori, you are taken to a it's like solitary confinement. It is just a stone room. There is a stone bed as well as a wash pot available, but that is it.
And they took our armor and swords too.
They took your armor, they took your weapons, they took your spell books, your stabs,
Everything.
everything
wouldn't
except
pardon
very,
the
very
Shattercow's
basic
walking
clothes.
stick, would you?
So, so Gwen, you, Arjan, and Caelum are all currently in this holding facility with water up onto your shins if you aren't just laying directly on your bedding. And Cori, you are currently in a stone room by yourself. And they seem to have taken Cybra somewhere else.
No.
Well,
I'm not sure we can do anything here.
well,
Can you communicate through Moonin?
no.
Out of
If I
character
was
discussion?
a warlock, Pact of the Chain, I would, but not.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything for this.
No.
No.
I guess we wait. We do the
We go
oblivion
from
thing.
small business simulator to jail simulator.
Did they take my flute?
They took everything that you had that was not your basic clothing.
Indoor, what the fuck?
You guys murdered 14 people!
No. We didn't murder 14 people.
Caelum murdered 14 people. Though it was, I could argue probable cause, self-defense. They were coming at us, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
we have a legal defense.
We do have we have a solid legal defense. We sure do.
I don't think Arras is going to take it, but that's fine.
Hey, I can't do some dual damage on my spell, man.
Spell me, bro.
Hey, Indoor,
Yes?
would you mind if we did this after the break?
Yes. We can definitely what figures out to the gang in jail post-break. So, I would like to say thank you to everybody who's decided to come by and enjoy this wonderful show full of friendship and laughter and friendship. I said it twice because it's really important that let people know I love my players. But yeah, so...
I'm gonna go get my.
So we are going to be going into our break. It is going to be 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to bit.ly/adventure merch where you can check out a great amount of merch that we have available for you guys. So with that in mind, we will see you guys after the break. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. And we have returned.
Steven.
God damn it. What?
I must ask you a question.
Yes.
How did the soap thief not get caught? He made a clean getaway.
God damn it.
That's really sad because we lost our soap.
You guys did lose your soap. Maybe there's a little, there's a little bit of truth in all humor. That is a true thing. So,
Everything in my Google history right now is jail puns.
So, Arjan, Gwen, and Caelum. The three of you are in the lower holding cells. What are you guys doing for the rest of your evening, as it looks like you are currently stuck here in the Bilgewater holding facility on the Isle of Arathsk?
What's the temperature of the water?
It's a little cold. It's not particularly warm.
So Arjan's gonna do the Suicide Squad thing, where he just lights his fingers and watches the flames, and just like sits against the wall looking menacing.
You try and use your magics, but they do not work.
Oh, so I just stab myself.
Yep.
It's great.
Caelum lies down on the bed, puts his hands on his chest, and looks straight up at the ceiling.
Gwen's gonna be quiet for a long time. She's gonna be laying on the bed because she doesn't want to be standing in knee-high water. But after a little while, she'll just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got you guys here.
I'm sorry I kept us here for so long.
I'm sorry I went on a murderous rampage.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
I've been under a lot of stress recently. A lot of stress recently.
It's not his fault. I asked him to do it. I asked all of you to do that. I didn't think about what would happen.
Well, I'm not going to pretend to know how everybody feels. But I don't blame anybody here for what's happening. It's just bad luck.
Except for it's not.
It's a bad series of choices. How about that?
Yeah. Choices. Made by one of us.
On all of our parts. And there's nothing left to do but wait it out. There's no point in giving the blame to anybody. Or taking it on yourself.
Except for if it'll help everyone.
Except it won't. We all get out of this.
I don't think that's how it works. At least not where I come from.
Okay?
Well,
Let's delve into your trauma.
Okay.
How does it work where you come from?
In the tribe,
Yeah.
figure out who's the most guilty.
And?
You either exile them or you execute them.
Let's just hope that Arask's judicial system isn't that harsh. We're already exiled. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. Nope. We're already exiled. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I hope Cori got a nicer room.
Meanwhile, in Coriander's solid stone room, Cori, you are there for what feels like hours. You have no idea how to gauge the passage of time while you are in here. It is dark outside. From what you can see very high up, there is a slight grate that opens up to kind of just help air circulate, albeit very poorly. And it is a new moon tonight. There's not actually a moon in the sky that you are able to easily track the passage of time either. And as you are sitting here, you eventually hear what sounds like footsteps coming down the corridor. On the outside, nearing where you currently are, and you then see the stone slab that marks the door in this otherwise featureless room get pulled open, and standing in front of you is a kobold wearing a very large, oversized red, almost like a coat. But because of how small he is, the coat was very clearly meant for somebody much larger than himself. So his hands kind of barely poke out from where the sleeves are, and he has two tiny spectacles that rest along the bridge of his nose. And he says, Coriander Jonquil.
Cori, for the record, has gone back to autumn form because we need to be a little more diplomatic here. She's just sitting in the middle of the cell, like crisscross on the floor. And she'll open her eyes and be like, speaking.
Dockmaster Grasbo, I've been told that we are to escort you to the Bronze Palace. If you would please come with us.
I'm sorry, did you say your name was Dockmaster?
Gragsbo. Dockmaster. I run the
Okay.
docks.
Oh, Dark Master. Sorry.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said Dark Master.
Oh, nothing so
Sorry.
villainous.
Sorry, my accent doesn't have very strong R's, so like I can understand the confusion. I will follow you.
And as you are making your way out, he says,
Please, don't try and escape. The Winged Legion will surely track you down, or if they don't, then the Bronze Guard.
Oh, well, I'm not very stealthy, so that'd probably be a bad idea to begin with.
and he just sort of nods along with you. And for the next 30 minutes or so, you, as well as a group of about 10 kobolds and the dockmaster, end up making your way to the palace. And when you get there, the kobolds standing in front of the gate end up moving out of the way to let you all through. And you are taken into the palace. And then once again, you are brought into the silver room that you had been into before, that was full of all of these nice bonsai trees and was more of a temperate climate. And sitting at a table is Arathsk in his human form. And you see that the large book that you guys had given him previously, the one that said A Day in the Life of Arathsk, he is about a quarter of the way through it, it looks like. And he looks at the dockmaster, he looks at all of the other individuals surrounding you and says,
You may stand guard towards the entrance of this room. If she tries to escape, she will not leave.
And all of the kobolds just nod and say, "Well, greatness." And then begin backing off towards the start of the room. And he looks at you, Cori, and he brings his hands in front of him, kind of purses them up to his face.
I have heard words that you were responsible for a terror along the dock, in the Briny Ore Bar. Not you necessarily, but you and your four keeps. Is this true?
I feel like there's more to this story than you're aware of.
It's why I am trying to get my best understanding of it.
All right, well...
You know why the Keshen are leaving?
I can't say I know that, personally.
It's because I ordered it. Because of you and your friend's help, actually.
And he says,
Did you ever look in the book that you gave me? Did you make sense of it?
No, I think the only one of us who could read it wasn't much for books.
Well, I thank you. This is both very enlightening and certainly dangerous, if in the wrong hands. This is conversations. Conversations, and not just from one individual to another. It seems like every individual that lived here has conversations written down within this book. And judging from where I was able to start and reading through it, it seems like it's chronological. It's following a year. I read in this book about the lesser-known dealings that the Keshen were making behind closed doors. As it seems, this hag that you received this book from was listening So to some extent, I owe her a debt of gratitude as well. What happened? You are my emissary, are you not?
I am.
So as my emissary, what happened?
Well, Gwen was attacked, and all of her possessions were stolen, and we went to retrieve them. We were attacked again, and we defended ourselves.
And he looks at you and says,
From the body count, this was no self-defense. This was a slaughter.
I regret that.
You understand I can't simply let this happen. There has to be some consequence. I have let you all stay on this island long enough. As a ruler, I have to make a decision, so others know that you can't simply commit acts of violence with such a high body count on my island without repercussion. You will all be banished immediately. Starting tomorrow morning, you are going to hop on any boat that will take you, and you are going to go far away from here. But as your lord, if you are my emissary, while I don't condone your actions, I do understand now,
and he motions towards the book again,
what exactly this trade company was doing operating here. They're smuggling goods through the sewers. Goods that should not be on this island. So you have done me both a boon and a bane. So, I must do the same. The bane being, you all are going to be forced to leave. The boon, you can all keep your lives.
I suppose this is the part where I thank you.
If you insist. This brings me no joy in my decision-making. But we will see to it that your friends are released, that your material wealth is returned, or your material goods are returned to you that were taken by our guard. And may you have safe travels across the seas.
Oh, we can only hope.
and he says, he kind of looks at you and says,
I will leave you with one thing, though. Not just the stone that I have given you, but this as well.
And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a, it looks like a small figurine of a raven that has its wings kind of pulled in on itself. And he says,
if you need to get into contact with me, Speak a message into this bird. Activate it and let it fly. And I will return a message later. It's almost like, what do you younger races call it? Pen pals?
We call it tweeting nowadays.
I feel like a bird is most appropriate. Now, is there anything that you would need of me that I can give you within my power?
I think I have asked more from you than I deserve. There is the small matter. I've been cursed. I can't touch water.
He looks at you and says,
How did you obtain this curse?
Hag.
And he squints and says,
Wilda.
That's... Hold on.
Vilda was the one on the island.
That's... No, the one not the one. No. Wasn't Agatha the one that did it? Oh, no. That'd be Agatha.
I'm afraid I don't have any way of fixing curses.
That's fair.
But you're a cleric amongst you, do you not?
We do. He's been pursuing alternative methods of power lately.
And he gives you a very quizzical look and says,
Has the obsidian tyrant gotten to him as well?
No, of course not. No. This is a purely intellectual pursuit.
Wizardry. I see. Then I would suggest you try and stay inside of a cabin or under the ship's deck if possible.
Yes, this was my plan. I'll try to send you a raven if our ship goes down.
and he just nods. And then he says,
As always, Godspeed.
and he raises a hand up and calls for the kobolds to come back and says,
You may take her to the holding facility. Her and her friends are to be banished in the morning.
and they all just nod, and Cori, you are then escorted back to the Bilgewater holding facility.
Just before she leaves, she turns around, she's like, Arask, I am sorry.
I know, young one. I understand.
He just gives you a solemn nod.
Yeah. She backs her head and leaves.
Okay, so
It's always worse when they're disappointed rather than angry.
So it is about 1 a.m. at this point, Cori, when you are finally, when you go back to the holding facility, get all of your things. Cybra is then brought out to you, and the three of you that are currently in the lower holding chambers, kobolds then come down. They unlock the gates and say, "The dragon has decided what to do with you. You are to be banished come morning. So I suggest you find a means of getting off of this island and never return."
Wait. Really? What? Who did he talk to?
Am I there?
We'll say yes.
Like standing on the stairs. That would be me.
What are you doing?
She is also hereby banished from the isle.
Come on, guys. Caelum, wake up!
Oh, he's up. He's just silent.
Aw.
So yeah, the four of you are then given back all of your gear and taken out of the holding facility and brought out into the street. It is currently about 1 in the morning, 1:30 or so, and you guys can now begin making your way back to Dragon's Drafts. And then upon reaching your storefront, you see that the door has been kicked, and the lock that was on it is currently broken. And looking inside, it seems like things have just kind of been rooted and tossed to the side. It seems like your place currently got trashed. And looking around, you see that there are small humanoid claw marks that you're assuming was that goblins came through here.
Caelum immediately goes upstairs and into his room, and he looks for the cat skeleton.
You had hid it away well enough previously that you were able to kind of keep it away. But the acid vials that you guys had presented for sale are currently kind of broken on the ground off to the side. All of your alchemical equipment that was set up is also just smashed.
Where's the potion of vitality?
You guys had hidden that very, very, very safely away, as you did not want anybody, even you guys, getting near it in case something bad happened. So, luckily, your potion of vitality is safe.
Everything is closed.
Yes.
Right.
It is 2 in the morning.
Arjan, we didn't happen to be insured yet, did we?
No.
Right.
You do know of one place that you could possibly get a loan or something like that at this time.
Oh, we have the money.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bank account with already set up that has all the money that we need.
Yep.
It's just getting all that done and letting Oliver Lauren know all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a very full description of everything that happened and everything that needs done, contacts, bank account numbers, everything. This is going to take me many hours. I am not going to be able to get rest tonight, but what he will have is a whole bunch of documents and a key to the place,
Okay.
all wrapped up, that I would like to deliver to Danny.
Okay. Yeah, you're up late enough, like late/early enough that you hear her moving around next door while you're like in the process of finishing, so it'll be pretty easy for you to go over.
Caelum helped out with a bit of the paperwork.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How much should I pay Danny to get this started?
To get it started, because you already have all of the funds and everything like that necessary. I mean, she's a money lender. You already have the funds. She's just willing, like, she can hold on to papers for you. It's no problem.
Okay. I'm still gonna give her like 50 gold.
Okay.
To start.
She thanks you.
Do with that whatever you will.
I think I'm going to start paying for an extra guard or two if more of those creatures come back.
Yeah, just Cash and Training Company. Not good people.
I never dealt with the Keshin to begin with, and I can kind of see why I don't want to in the future. Thank you.
So, Oliver Lauren, he comes highly recommended. It seems like a really cool guy. Like, sure, he'll be a great person to do business with. We have to leave today. So.
Oh, well,
Because
it was nice getting to know you, I suppose. Will you be coming back anytime?
I Not all my life.
Well,
And I would have actually told her, like, I would have told her about like the thing with the Keshin,
Yeah.
and the thing that got us banished. So
Okay. And she says that she's actually going to start. She's going to start talking to some people and see if she can get the word out about these assholes. To see if possibly if any of her contacts can get them also just like nixed out of whatever trade port they are currently in.
it's wonderful to start a trade war. Anyway. But yeah, it's once all that business is taken care of, is everybody else up? Is everybody else doing stuff? Are we trying to find Olivia?
Caelum, I believe you said you stayed up with him to help out papers. Gwen, what were you doing?
Gwen's gonna go to the dock
Okay.
to find passage.
Sure. Had you guys told Gwen that Olivia would help you out get back to the mainland?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're just going to talk with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way over and she's out on deck just kind of helping out, getting things laid out, and she sees you. Cori, did you go with Gwen?
I think actually Cori's gonna stay behind and help clean up.
Okay. So yeah, Olivia will notice you, Gwen, and say, Zitani Terra, how can I help you this fine morning?
Hey, any chance we can sail out today? Like soon?
yes, of course. I believe that was the plan.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that we could leave as soon as possible.
Just give me the word, and
All right.
we'll set sail.
Gwen, make a perception check as you are talking with Olivia.
Perceptions plus 3 is 14.
Okay. So with your 14, looking around, you see that there are 5 large ships that are beginning to pull out of the internal harbor and make their way over to the locks. And branded on each of these individual ships is Keshin Trade 1, Keshin Trade 2, Keshin Trade, and then it continues on for these 5 ships, all of them being ships for the trade company. And with your 14, you spy on one of these ships as it's sailing out. Shua, the orcish female, currently on the forecastle of one of her vessels, and around her neck is not only this eye now, but you can see that there is a red ear that is also on the necklace around her neck. And as you watch her ship pass by, you can see another one with Korg, and it looks like he is actually missing his left ear.
Cool.
And
She's just gonna have a moment to herself about that.
yeah, he does not seem to take notice of you at all. He's currently busy.
That's fine.
We don't happen to know of anybody who's got an eye patch, do we?
Just Shua.
Shua's got an eye patch.
Yeah, she has an eye patch over her left eye.
Oh shit.
Why? What? Okay. After she secures that, she'll just she'll walk back and help people carry their stuff.
Okay.
She doesn't say what.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so you manage to take everything, and once you get back to your guys' place, it's been cleaned up as best it can. The door has been fixed by one of your fellow neighbors who, seeing that you guys had been broken into, just decided, like, please let me take care of this. as they are all kind of more on high alert now as there was a robbery that occurred, or at least they assumed it was a robbery, but really you guys didn't have anything taken. It was just broken. And as you guys are getting ready to like have all your bags packed, getting ready to sail off, that is when you see a half-elven man with very dark brown hair, with a large bag over on his back, and a Kenku that seems to walk alongside him. And the Kenku's just a little bit shorter than the half-elven man is, and the half-elven man just has this very thick brown hair as he walks up and says, "Dragon's drafts." And the Kenku, "Dragon's drafts," and just points up at the sign.
Hi, you caught us at a really weird time.
I'm Oliver. Are you the proprietors?
Yes.
That would be me. Hi, I had assumed that we were going to be kicked out before you even got here.
Kicked out? Is this the whole room and board free included? Is there anything I need to know about?
Yes. The place was just broken into and vandalized, but it is currently getting repaired, and the vandals are currently leaving the island.
And
Because
when you say that, the Kenku just looks up at Oliver and says, "Leaving the island," and nods his head. Just,
I have a bank account set up with 870 gold pieces. And, yep. If you are still willing to stay, everything else should already be taken care of.
And
Everything.
he just looks and says, "I kind of brought everything, having everything shipped here. It would just... I'll stick it out for a month, and then if it ends up being a bad deal, then we can negotiate terms. How do I contact you people?"
You know, we thought we'd solve that by getting the place. Do you know McCarth?
Yes.
Do you have a way to get...
recommended me the job. I can send her a missive.
She would be able to get in contact with us.
All right. Okay. I think that is good. Is there anything else that I need to know about?
One of you will need to provide a key. Because I gave mine to Dagny.
Oh, yeah. Caelum reaches into his bag and hands Oliver the key.
And as he goes to reach for it, the Kenku actually just reaches up and grabs it, and then wags his finger at Oliver and pulls out a key ring that looks like it has maybe about 5 or 6 keys on it, and then busily works at putting this new key on. And Oliver says just, "I'm not really the best at keys, as it turns out. If anything, I'm more of the face for this operation. I am an alchemist. Before you get any kind of worry, rest assured." Are there any other alchemists here?
No.
All right, well, it looks like we could really turn a profit on this, so...
Wait,
Good.
like here in the place, or...
No, not here in the place, like this area.
Yes, there's one other alchemist in the area.
Competitive market. Okay, that's fine. It helps us establish a base level for pricing. Just go off of what the other guy goes off of. Good.
Who's the other alchemist?
Cauldron. Cauldric.
Calder.
Calder. And it's something to do with cauldrons.
Calder's Cauldrons.
And
You might also want to watch out for things that make you say "wow." They might.
oh, I hate that
have-
guy. I really do not like him.
He's okay once you get to know him.
I don't want to.
But he also sells potions, but I mean, specialty shops, right?
We will sell I guarantee you we will sell better potions than he will.
Oh, we have a very high ticket item.
Oh?
A very high ticket item, worth about 200.
25,000.
I'm gonna write the number on a piece of paper. No,
Not say it out loud.
wait, no, I don't know about the book. So I'm gonna say it to. I'm gonna actually give him the price.
Okay. And as you tell him the price, you hear the Kanku just...
Now, if
That's a
anybody
lot.
comes in wanting that potion of vitality and they can't pay for it, Danny next door, who has a whole bunch of paperwork that I was meaning to give to you, and another key, has a money lending business. So good to know your neighbors. I'm not sure how long we can stay here without bad things happening. So we may need to make this a bit brief.
Okay. And he says, I can introduce myself to everybody in due time. You all take care of everything that you need to do. Dren and I are more than capable to be able to take care of this.
Do I notice anything about Dren besides just like being a Kenku?
Make a perception check.
+2, 4.
You do not.
Okay.
Gwen's gonna walk up to Oliver. Hey, don't worry, dude. You'll do a lot better than we did. You seem like a solid dude.
Thank
thought we
you.
did pretty well. On the potion making side.
Okay.
We made a profit of 200 gold pieces in a week.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna hand over 2 gold to Oliver and just say, you know what, just get yourself some lunch on us.
I've got to look around inside
Yeah.
for a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And he takes his large pack, goes up to the door, and kind of like pushes it. He pushes it inward, even though your door was a pull door. But seeing as it is broken, he just okay. And then he goes in and starts rooting around. And Dren looks up at you, Arjan, tilts his head, and then comes up to you and pulls on a patch on his dark leathers that he's wearing and points to it. Actually, you don't even need to make a check on this. You see that it is the symbol for the Sanguine Order of the Alchemist Templar. And he opens up his mouth and says, I know how to make potions.
Yeah, Arjan looks a little bit uncomfortable considering his character arc over the past couple of months. And it's just like, then I wish you the best of luck.
And at that, he just kind of nods and says, farewell, friend, and then begins going into the building. And you guys actually recognize the voice that he has used. It seems like at one point he came into contact with Fang Zest.
Yeah. Before he walks inside, as he's walking by, Gwen's just gonna say, fuck.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
and then she's gonna giggle to herself and start walking towards the dock. Come on, guys.
All right. And you guys make your way to the docks. Yep.
We do point out where the potion of vitality is.
Yeah. Yeah, you let
point
him
that out.
You let him be very well aware as to the location of this.
Which means it's also in the book. But anyway.
Yep. And then you guys go up you end up meeting up with Oliviette. You see that the deck of her ship is very active, with the 4 winged kobolds that you guys had rescued previously while out on the sea, as well as the rest of her shipmates. And she welcomes you on board, and you guys begin embarking, finally setting sail from the Isle of Arathsk and looking up at the sky. It seems like where normally the island has a very, very nice, always pristine blue sky, it seems like there are heavy clouds that hang. Clouds that look like they are rich with rain, but no water droplets actually fall from them. It just seems to be almost like a very morose kind of setting.
How ominous.
And you guys manage to get out of the sets of locks and find your way back out at sea, where Oliviette then asks the 4 of you, "So, where are we going? Where am I taking you?"
Marisville.
We need to go to Marisville.
Okay, so a 5-day journey, not too bad. You can all, of course, help out on the ship, however you did before. Except, Cori, don't get close to the water.
Yeah.
Just,
Wasn't planning on it.
I know, but still. Last time you enjoyed being at the helm of the ship, where the water is breaking the most, so it's just a general warning. Is there anything I can do for all of you? I understand that having to pick up and leave very quickly is difficult, but if any of you need anyone to talk to, I am your captain, after all. It's my job to hear the problems of the crew.
Just avoid the cash and trade company.
Why is that?
Oh my gods. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay. So, you guys will just be talking to her about the situation as a whole, let her in on everything that happened. And by the end of it, she says, "Well, I already didn't really like those traders to begin with anyways. But, yeah, no, fuck those guys. Not into it."
Can I make a roll or something to try and figure out what Shiwa's necklace is about?
You can make a religion check.
Okay. See them, Cori. Oh, actually, I'm trained in that. So 10.
Okay, so 10. Being an elf, you are vaguely familiar with the Orcish pantheon as well, mostly as sort of just a rival thing. And you know that followers of the deity Grumpsh, the one-eyed god, in order to show their devotion, will remove one of their eyes.
Oh. I thought that was going an entirely different direction, but yes. Oh. Nice. Okay. I think she realizes that in retrospect, and then this, like, all of this has an entirely new, she's seeing it through an entirely different lens. Cori hasn't thought about Coralon in a while. Honestly, she's been a bit distracted. I think that she's going to retreat to the crow's nest and meditate on the tenants for a while.
Okay. What is everybody else doing as your first day out at sea really begins at around the early hours of 10-ish?
Arjan's gonna go below deck and like try to catch up on sleep after the past day.
Okay.
Caelum asks if he could use Oliviette's desk and if she allows it, he'll just start writing in his book.
Yeah, she's totally down to just let you use it. And then Gwen, what are you doing?
She's down in the barracks, and she's gonna be like packing and unpacking her bag, like making sure she knows what's in it and what's not in it, and she's just kind of keeping to herself.
Okay. Yeah, so Cori, make a perception check while you are up on the crow's nest.
Okay. Ooh, coriander. 5.
Okay, so yeah, it just seems like it is just going to continue to kind of stay this dreary, overcast sky as you guys make your way back to Marysville. The rest of your day goes by uneventfully, but as soon as you reach the outskirts of the 6-mile perimeter that Arathsk is able to control in terms of weather, you just see that there is a sheet of rain coming down.
Oh. I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Coriander very quickly climbs down from the crow's nest and retreats to Oliviette's cabin.
Okay. And Caelum's in there. He's currently just writing away at his desk. But yeah, you guys then continue onward. You can hear shouting from the crewsmen up top, but you just hear the sound of rain steadily coming over your ship. And this is the first time that you guys have had rain in probably since before coming to Arathsk, as the island is always perfect in its nature.
Cori busts into the room. Shuts the door.
It depends on how long it's been, like, since leaving and the rain starting.
For what?
How long has it been since we've left the island and the rain has started?
It has been about 4 hours, 4 hours total.
Caelum has the book in front of him. His head is like on the desk.
Does he look okay?
Oh, he's been up all night doing paperwork, so he's like just resting.
I think Cori panics at first if she sees that. She's like, Caelum!
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Go back to sleep. I didn't mean to bother you.
No, it's fine. Is it raining?
Yes. Cori looks sad.
We've probably got to do something about that in the near future.
She'll sit down at the table opposite Caelum.
You see Caelum quickly insert the, like, what's it called? The lanyard in his book into the page he was writing and shut it.
Mm-hmm. Well, advanced Caelans can remove curses. It's just a matter of waiting until I have become powerful enough to do it.
I mean, I could potentially research something. It'll be a while, too.
Cori nods.
How are you, taking the banishment?
I'm fine, honestly. At least I feel like it was partially my fault.
What?
Oh, being banished. Last time I was upset because I feel like I hadn't even done anything. If I'm gonna be banished, I want it to be my fault. Caelum, we've never discussed this, but What is that armor that you put on whenever you step?
I don't know. That's after Shroudport. That started happening.
It didn't happen before?
No, before it was just me, one place, another.
Cori flashes back to the first time that he did the blessing of the Raven Queen, and he didn't have that armor on.
Yeah, when you guys were in the Zesty Anchor, way back.
That's literally the first thing that the first interaction that Cori and Caelum had.
I don't know why it appears. It just does now.
One of them stabbed me.
Yeah, that's never happened before either. I've always been able to, well, after Shroudport, it was always just the armor on, never spectral entities that stab everyone in the room.
Yes, well, you were the only one for a while. What exactly did you do?
We were in a really bad spot. And so, tactically, I picked a corner with the most people in the room. I jumped to it. And then I overcharged a spell. And so far it's been pretty hit or miss. And he'll tell her about the plane hopping and how the second time after he did it, when he reverted back from being 14, was when he used the guiding bolt and then chain lightning shot out and basically obliterated the three things in front of him and the guard. And then he'll talk about, what was the other time? The sewer with the unicorn. And then there was this incident.
I feel like there are answers out there. And I have a sneaking suspicion that the ravens have stolen them.
Do you mean up here for me?
I think so. You never had a chance to relive your past lives.
The first time I tranced in Shroudport, when I was at the library for the first time, it felt like I was falling. And as I fell, I saw a lot of different things. And I think they were like memories of other people. Because in none of them, there weren't any elves or Shatterkai. There was one scene with a tabaxi half-orc, a tiefling, and I think another tabaxi, and they were fighting off these mechanical creatures. There was another where it was a tribe of lizard folk in a swamp fighting off a hydra. But none of them Shatterkai or elves.
Huh. The mystery deepens.
You're telling me.
Well, we're going to find the ravens, and we're going to get some answers.
Yeah. I'm gonna... And he slowly puts his head back down on the table. I'm just gonna be here for a while, Cori.
That's fine. I'll be here too, she says, looking out the window as the rain just pounds.
Yeah. And throughout the rest of the day, it just keeps up until it gets closer to nightfall. After about an hour and a half or so, though, Oliviette then steps into the cabin and just kind of like flicks her hat out of all of the water that has gotten onto it, just sort of onto the ground, and then looks at you, Cori, and just says, "That's good. That's nice. Do you have a towel?" And you can just see that she is just like drenched in rainwater.
Can I obtain a towel?
Yeah.
I obtain one towel.
Yeah, and she just goes over and just starts trying to dry herself and takes off her large jacket and just gets down to more comfortable clothes. And then she looks at you and says, "Okay, this is my first time doing this. Hopefully it works." She closes her eyes and like clenches her fists, and as she does, you see the silver line of the moonfire kind of wreath around her as steam actually starts to come off of her. And as she's staying there for about a minute or so, you watch as all of the water then is just completely dried off of her personage. So it does work.
Cori will reach out with a finger and like poke her.
Yeah.
To check if she's dry.
Yeah. She is dry.
She just smiles.
And Oliviette smiles back and says, "Is he doing okay?" She motions towards Caelum, who is still just like head down on the desk.
I hope so.
"Are you okay?" She like tries to speak towards you, Caelum, to judge whether or not you're awake or asleep.
There's these small thumbs up as it slowly gets put back down.
"If you want to rest, there are crew quarters downstairs that you can go to."
No, I'm comfortable here, thanks. Or wait, he looks up. Yeah, I'll go. Grabs his book. Tucks it underneath his cloak.
Yeah. And she just says, "Try and get some rest. If you need any food or drink, simply ask Dalcor or any of the other crewmen, and they'll be more than happy to give it to you."
Thanks, Olivia.
It's no problem. Like I said, my life has gotten drastically more exciting since getting to know all of you. I think food and shelter for at least a few more days is the least I can do for helping me get out of a rut.
I'll take you up on that offer. And Caelum opens the door and is like shit, like down for. He's like, "Fuck," and then walks out.
Drenched.
Caelum, as you exit and go back down underneath the deck of the ship, Arjan, you are now awake, having gotten your 8. Gwen, you are currently just still sifting through your items, making sure that you mentally have a proper inventory, almost as if you were using some kind of external app to keep track of all of your items. It's never been easier. But yeah, so Caelum, that is when you go down and you see your friends just kind of sitting below deck. Arjan looks like he got up maybe 10 minutes ago. And Cybra is just laying on the ground next to Gwen, kind of putting her head against Gwen's I would say Gwen's leg, but it's like your entire calf.
17.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hey.
So,
Nothing. It's really nasty out there. He's shaking his cloak.
Yep, that's why we're down here.
Where is Cori in a safe place?
She's in Olivia's cabin.
Okay.
Everybody doing okay?
Fine.
It's peachy.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay. Just, day by day, dealing.
I'm gonna go see if there's any food.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And Gwen, you are able to procure enough food and drink for you and the other members of the Four Keeps that are down below deck with you.
I think she's just gonna get food for herself.
Okay.
And sit over there if nobody else is there.
Yeah. You can just find a kind of quieter corner to enjoy a nice meal.
Mm-hmm.
And it is nice. It's definitely a change from the bowls of curry that you guys have been having for lunch pretty much every day.
We didn't say goodbye to Graybeard.
Nope.
Right about
Didn't have
this.
time.
No, we didn't have time.
But
Yeah, Gwen's just gonna eat by herself.
Okay. Cybra followed after you, but that's more of, she feels like you were distressed. So she's doing her heckin' best to just be a good girl.
The babies.
And Gwen, as you're eating, Cybra looks at you and kind of like noses towards your plate a little bit, and then just like
Gwen's gonna
wants some of your scraps.
she's gonna pull her plate to the side and kind of shove her.
She whines. And then just
Oh.
looks at you with very, very big eyes.
Go see Arjan.
She just sits down next to you, folds her paws up, puts her head on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, she'll like look up at you. And as soon as you make eye contact with her, she'll look away.
That's not how it works in my house. It's you make eye contact, it's all over. Oh, no. Yes, no. Yeah, she'll scoot away from Cybra.
Okay. So, Arjan, you and Caelum, would you guys like to have any conversation while you're waiting below deck?
I would, but not with Caelum.
Oh shit.
It's okay. He's in the corner writing.
I am going to reach around the neck, my necklace for the adamantine coin.
Okay.
So I found this. You'll. I don't know how this works. But yeah, if I don't know if you have any direction on the things, let me know.
And when you say that, you feel that there is a reassuring warmth on the coin that you can feel up against your chest. And you see that as you kind of finish speaking this and look down, that the coin actually glints off of an unseen light. And as you see it glint, it flashes in 5 distinct colors: red, white, blue, green, and black.
Okay.
And that's it. All right. So, Yeah, Cori, while you are up with Oliviette, she is going to ask how you are handling this whole being exiled thing. She's curious, but also lets you know that if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. If you need a distraction, she can think of something.
It's not a... She tells her basically the same thing as she told Caelum, that, like, she's fine with it because at least this time it was her fault. And she definitely takes her up on the distraction.
Okay. So that is what you guys are going to be doing for the evening. Cybra is going to keep trying to get food bits from you, Gwen. This just seems something that she really wants. Mostly because you guys didn't really have time to do more than just feed her breakfast. So going on later into the day, she's just feeling hungry. But yeah, the rest of your guys' day goes by uneventfully, so you can go back to sleep. If you would like, just wait until you begin making your course even farther towards Marysville.
Does the rain look like it's going to let up anytime soon?
It does not.
Great.
When you guys enter into your long rests for the evening, Arjan, you find yourself once more in the chamber of your heart, with the stone pedestal kind of off to the side. Tarlane is there, and you see that Newell is also there, kind of standing next to the large stone dais. And he says, "So you found it? My coin."
Yes.
Squints his eyes, moves his spectacles up, brings them back down.
There.
Oh, it's yours now. This is a way of contacting me. If anything, if you need anything, I'll always come and visit. Unless you need me there specifically, in which case we should establish some ground rules. Do you need me to come by whenever?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Possibly. I gotta be honest with you. Literally everything that I've ever been raised on has told me exactly how to kill fiends and how to not do deals with them.
Oh, this isn't a deal. Well, I mean, it is a deal, but it's not really.
I see, that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. That sort of double speak. I don't like that. You need to just... What is this?
This one is trustworthy. And of all of the fiends in the hells besides the queen, you will have my trust.
Yes, Your Grace. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm still speaking to you as I do now, Your Grace. And, of course, you as well. And he motions towards you, Arjan.
Okay.
Killing fiends. Very useful skill. Play your cards right. When you decide to come down here after everything's said and done, when you decide to come to the hells, that would be very useful, to say the least. We are in a war between devils, demons. So if you know how to kill demons...
Isn't your queen a demon?
Among other things. I would not bring up even the idea of going up against her. That is a bad choice. It's a really, it's a bad choice.
No, I'm just trying to see what side you're on.
I am on your side. I'm on the side of my queen. Are you meaning in the whole blood war thing?
I mean,
I'm a devil. I'm going to be very upfront with you. I worked very hard to get to where I am today. I showed that I was one of our queens' biggest fans, a long time ago. And I have been blessed. And he holds up his very long draconic arms, flaps his wings a little bit. This was my reward. I get to be like you, like your grace.
wait, what were you before?
I was a human.
Okay.
I died. Then I worked my ranks through the devil rankings. Became what you see today.
Gotta admit, that's a little creepy.
Devotion gets you a long way. Be passionate about things. Your passion will take you to unforeseen shores. That's what the queen says.
Okay, if you're trying to sell me on this queen, like, that's great and all. I didn't even hear about her name until like 2 days ago.
Well, what do you need to know? What would you like to know? I could tell you all sorts of things. And Tarlayan says,
I can also tell you a variety of information about her.
Okay, well, I don't think any of that is going to fit into the next 15 minutes that we have for this episode.
No, probably not.
and Njol just kind of like shakes his head. Mm-mm.
So, if I do get in a really, 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 really tight spot, and I have to summon you, is that a thing that you'll be accommodating toward?
If I'm free and available, then yes.
Okay.
On paper, I still do have to serve Lord Agravain, much to your grace's chagrin, but I assure you that if I am not able to come myself, I will at least be able to send a variety of help.
I'm sure I will figure out what that means in time.
I'm sure you will as well. But
Other more important things. The doohickeys, the MacGuffins.
the what?
The what?
Whatever he needs.
Oh, the body. The mechanical structure.
Yeah.
So that is something that you're interested in then.
I mean, I figure it's a threat to pull on. And we have a deal.
Well, if you are interested, based off of your response in the last conversation, I did go ahead and draw up some paperwork. It would just need a few signatures.
I have someone who is very, very much more well-versed in law than I am that I would like to review this with.
And who are they? One of your friends?
One of my companions, yeah.
I suppose I could make a visit. If you wished. I could bring the papers myself.
I'm not sure that that's a good idea either.
Then how are we to come to an agreement? If I can't go to get your friend to look at these papers, does your friend... Are they elf or other?
I don't like where this is going. It was a bad idea.
Well, I would just need to know if they sleep or not. Then I could go and visit them in their dream in the same way that I do you.
I really prefer that you not do that. Yeah, well, show me the papers.
And he reaches into a messenger bag that he has at his side and pulls out a stack of what looks to be about 35 pages. And atop on one layer or on one line is Infernal, and then on the line beneath is in Draconic, and then there is a third line underneath that is in Common.
I read all three.
Okay. Yeah, so you reading these, it's the same. There is no like trying to hide any kind of secret deal or anything like that underneath it. It seems like it is very much a clear-cut contract, as it were. That would be between you, Arjan, as well as, or I guess in the document it would say Arjan Yodaris, and then it would also say Tarlean Yodaris. And he would, Njol speaks and says, in order to sign, just some of your blood will do. Blood is always a good sealant for these kinds of things. And as you're, again, looking through and reviewing this contract, you see that it is a work order form. And it is a work order for a large mechanical contraption that is just listed as Ender, just ENDR, for the name of it. And
just I want to make very, very, very certain that I'm not being fucked over.
Yeah.
So, can I use the 17 on my blood die and make some sort of skill check?
Yeah.
To just,
we'll say that this is an insight check looking over this contract.
22.
Okay. Yeah, so with your 22 looking it over, you see that this vessel that would be being created is a mechanical construction that is going to be as a base property of the Stone Mantle invention property, kind of that sort of like intellectual piece. And seeing it, it reads that once you are ready or willing, that you are to seek passage to the fourth layer of the Hells, Felgethos, where you are to then undergo a procedure to then have Tarlean be moved into this mechanical construct, where then the two of you will function autonomously and no longer be forced to share the same body.
And does Tarlean consent to that?
Tarlean does.
Okay. Then I'll sign it.
Okay. And Njol looks at the contract and just kind of sets the papers straight on the dais, and then motions to, or then moves and puts them into his messenger bag. And he says, "Thank you, Your Grace, and Your Grace. I will be sure that, well, the lords themselves are able to actually receive this paper as quickly as possible. Now, you said that you only found out about our queen several days ago, but you also seem like you have possibly almost an inkling in your eye to find out more about her. Am I wrong in this?"
Look, I have her fucking carved into my back. Yes, I would like to know about this.
Great blessings upon you for that, by the way. Excellent craftsmanship. Now, if you are interested, And he goes over to the dais and he reaches into his bag again and pulls up a large, dark tome that the cover of it looks like it is made of just this very, very deep black leather that's been stitched in several ways. The tome is roughly about 300 pages big. And there are 5 gems that are set in place on the cover of this book, each one being green, white, blue, red, and black, that are all placed in kind of a circular fashion. And he takes the cover of the book, opens it up, and says, by all means. Her doctrine is yours, not only to bear, but also to wear, apparently. Do you know what that one means? And he points to the tattoos that are across your arm.
I mean, I can read Draconic.
It's missing something. It's what it is. And he kind of like hops over a little bit and extends a claw out on one of his long fingers. He says, do you mind?
Yes. Yes, I mind. Please tell me what you're doing.
I'm finishing the sentence.
Can you tell me that sentence first?
I could.
You're not going to.
No. Don't worry. Again, I am here to simply serve you and my lord.
Yeah, but why does it feel like you're signing my soul away to someone else?
Oh, I cannot do that. Your soul already belongs to the queen. To go against her will would be to go against, well, everything that I've worked so hard to build.
Do it.
And he brings his claw down across your arm. And in Draconic, across your arm, it says, as this, again, that kind of carmine yellowish flame seems to emerge out of a new symbol that is then placed on your arm. And it says, beneath my claws, all will know order. And that is the final piece of the puzzle that is missing on your arm. And that is where we will call it for tonight's session. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to the people who rated and hosted. You were really cool and I appreciate you. I had a blast playing this game tonight, even though the fight didn't go so well and then he got kicked off the island. But small business sim is over, gang. You did it. You made it off the isle. Yay!
Yay!
All right, but
our 5 months of downtime are over.
Yes.
I'm stuck in a ship cabin.
All right, so RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hi, I'm RJ. You can find me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and stream Monster Hunter. I don't have a set schedule yet, but I'll tweet about it. You can catch me on the Tuesday night game as Speedy, the human ranger in our Curse of Strahd campaign, run by the lovely Danae Keener. Also here as Caelum, the Shadowkai cleric. But you already knew that. You can also catch me on Pro Restarters channel on Sundays at 8 p.m. EST for our phase game, which is Cypher System, as G3 the Robo Boy and his murder girlfriend.
All right, LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I miss playing happy characters. I'm LB. You can find me here Mondays and Tuesdays. Tuesdays I play Silmi, the wizard half-elf who has to explain to her brother why she's been lying to him. On Wednesdays I will be on Bear's channel. We are doing Ghost of Saltmarsh. I'm playing a character named Oyantu. Sundays, I am on Encounter Roleplay's channel doing Apocalypse System at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I play a Victorian character named Maggie. She's Irish. I'm working on my accent. And then I'm also in the 8 p.m. game on Pro Research channel. We play the Cypher system, and I play a mad character named Ophi, who just lost her best friend. So it's been a great couple days. You can also follow my stream. I stream my kittens as a babysitter thing. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing that, but pretty much every day that they're not with me. So if you want to see the kittens, subscribe or follow my channel. Maybe I'll get subscriptions. Maybe you'll get little things. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Cyber, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I do a lot of things. To figure out what I'm doing, you can follow me at Cyberwolf1201 on Twitter, where I'm an amateur shitposter, trying to work my way to a professional. Besides that, I tweet about whenever I go live on my own channel. I am a variety streamer at twitch.tv/Cyberwolf1201, where I play video games real bad, but I talk about the lore. Last Saturday, we finished up the main game of Horizon Zero Dawn, but we're about to go and hit up the DLC, because apparently there's DLC, and apparently it's real good. And apparently there's more lore that I am very eager to learn. So yeah, come by. It's a good time. You can see my doggo. She has her own camera. I did die 10 times on the easiest difficulty, just falling off cliffs. Because that's who I am as a person. The archives of that go up to a YouTube, which doesn't have a great URL, but you can find it on Twitch. Another thing you can find there is the podcast that Kyle with an N and I do called Let's Talk About It, where we get drunk and we talk about the games that we did and other things. I have another episode that will go up at some point whenever I edit it. It's going to be good. For role-playing stuff, you found me here. Good for you. You can also find me on the Thursday night game, Saltmarsh, on this channel, same time, different day, same place, where I play Albus, the Kalashtar Bard, who apparently has got some shit going on.
Yes. And Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and things on this channel. You can also find me here on Tuesday running the Curse of Strahd campaign. Tomorrow, I think we're going to get Barry on. I've gone back and forth on it a couple of times, but I'm locking in. We're going to do it. Barry's going to be the guest for tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also doing a little bit of streaming every now and then with my commission drawings. And I'll let you know on Twitter. You can find me at Danae Keener. But yeah, DanaeKeener.com.
Excellent. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But hello, how's it going? It's me, your buddy old pal, the Indoor Adventurer, here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, all at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, being the showrunner here at Indoor Adventures. Monday nights, we have our homebrew game. Tuesday, we have Curse of Strahd, run by Danae. Wednesdays, we have our one-shot Wednesdays. And Thursdays, we have Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This upcoming Wednesday, we are going to be playing in a level 1 one-shot that is going to be run by our dear friend, Daddy Warbucks. And then next week is actually when we are going to be playing the Kids with Brooms hack. Or Kids with Wands for the Harry Potter game that our dear friend Jordan of Forgotten Realms Explained is going to be running for us. So I'm very excited to finally get in on that system. Other than that, you can find us at youtube.com/indooradventures or anchor.fm/indooradventures or indooradventures.podbean.com, because we have our audio casts go up simultaneously with our videos. So if you are a person who prefers to listen to audio stuff, hey man, we got you covered on like 11 different platforms. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, anything that has the word cast in it, you can probably find us there. And if you can't, let me know, because I will put stuff on there. Also, we have our Patreon, so if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can help support us there, where you will gain access to our after show, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to give the Four Keeps, our Curse of Strahd people, our one-shot players, or even our Salt Bays on Thursday, then you can go to our Questions in the Courtyard section for our Discord channel, and Discord is, of course, going to now be welcome to everybody. So if you're interested in checking that out, you should do it. And we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody.